In this video, we will analyze how the urban structure, the transportation system and the spatial organization were shaped in Ankara. Let's begin with the city basic geography. Located in the center of the central Anatolia region, Ankara is defined by its high elevation and broad plateaus. The plain stretching north-south and even more prominently east-west shape the city topography. This geography has played a major role in guiding the city growth and expansion. Ankara climate is continental, cold winters and hot dry summers. This climate structure influences both settlement patterns and the planning of its transportation infrastructure. When we look at its historical development, we see that Ankara has been home to various civilizations for centuries, from being an important polis for the Romans to becoming a village during the Byzantine and Ottoman periods. However, the true turning point was the proclamation of the Republic and its rise to the capital. From the 1920s onward, Ankara became a showcase for the new state's modernization project and began to grow in a planned manner, even though the huge migration for the rural areas exceeded the capacity of the planned city. Today, Ankara has a vast metropolitan area comprising numerous districts. While districts such as Çankaya, Keçiören, and Yeni stand out in terms of population, surrounding districts such as Gulbasu, Itemezgut, and Sincan have experienced rapid growth, particularly in recent years with new residential developments. When we analyze the city economic clusters, two main areas stand out. First, the center, located on the Kisilay-Çankaya line, where the administrative and service sectors are concentrated. This area is the core of the city, both politically and economically. The second important cluster is OSTIM and the surrounding organized industrial zones, as it is one of Turkey's largest manufacturing and small and medium enterprise centers.
To understand Ankara's current urban structure, we should start by looking at the transportation modes. Ankara relies on a multimodal system that includes metro lines, Ankara and Başkentray, and the Ego buses and the extensive minibus network. While the rail system defines the city's major mobility corridors, buses and minibuses continue to dominate the outer district, forming the everybody backbone of the public transportation. Ankara is Turkey's political capital and the second major metropolitan center. Located in the heart of central Anatolia, it serves as a strategic crossroads linking western, eastern, and the northern regions. Its transportation system supports mobility at the national scale just as effectively as it serves everyday local commuters. Turning to the demographics. Ankara's population is almost 6 million with the low density due to its large surface area. The most populated districts, shaped by good transit access, but districts such as outer areas like Gölbaşı, Sincan remain low-density suburban zones with the low accessibility to the transportation modes. We can consider the city as monocentric. Almost all major political, administrative, and cultural functions are concentrated along the Kızılay-Çankaya axis, which forms the city's CBD. The district, located on Atatürk Boulevard and the Kızılay Square, hosts ministries, government institutions, corporate offices, and commercial spaces. As a result, daily mobility from almost all districts flow toward this single, highly accessible core. Two major population clusters define Ankara's urban geography. Batı Kent, one of Turkey's largest planned mass housing projects, was designed to accommodate large populations with integrated public services and the transit connections. The ethnic Ayvalık corridor in Keçiören has likewise become a major residential hub, characterized by extensive housing estates and rapidly growing suburban neighborhoods. Both areas generate a substantial travel demand and depend heavily on reliable links to the central corridor.
To understand Ankara's transportation system, is useful to examine the main corridors shaping mobility. Atatürk Boulevard forms the primary north-south axis, while Eskişehir and Istanbul roads link the center with expanding residential and economic areas in the west and northwest. These routes act as major arteries and the structural backbone of Ankara's spatial development. Two transport terminals strengthen Ankara's national and international connectivity. Ashti, one of Ankara's busiest intercity bus hubs, and Esenboğa Airport, the city's global gateway. Together, they highlight Ankara's role as a political and mobility center. Ankara's network is diverse. Metro, Ankara, and Başkentray form the core rail system, while Ego buses and minibuses extend mobility across the metropolitan area. The city's transport history includes milestones such as the arrival of the railway, early Republican station buildings, the 1990s light rail, and the opening of the high-speed train station. Future goals focus on expanding metro and commuter lines, improving integration between bus and rail, increasing bicycle use, and creating more pedestrian-friendly space to reduce car dependency and enhance accessibility. Walkability varies across the city. Kızılay and central Çankaya are the most walkable, while peripheral areas of Etimesgut, Keçiören, and Yeni Mahalle offer limited conditions due to topography and planning. Cycling infrastructure is still developing, but new protected routes and the bicycle master plan show a growing commitment to alternative mobility. Our mandatory reading stresses that social exclusion in Ankara is largely driven by transportation inequality. Opportunities in employment, education, and healthcare are concentrated in the core, while other districts face disadvantage in time, cost, and service quality. The city's special structure creates unequal mobility and deepens inequality. We applied this finding in four ways: analyzing how the monocentric structure reinforces disparities, examining rail and bus distribution to show accessibility gaps, assessing how walking and cycling conditions contribute to exclusion, and shaping our recommendations: rail expansion, stronger transfer hubs, compact development, and reduced car dependency to address these inequalities.